welcome to Holistically Managing MS. This is Megan Stacy, and thank you so much for looking at my video. First of all, I want to start off by apologizing for the delay in getting my videos out. I've just pretty much been overly critical of what I've been creating, and I look at it and I don't have any of the editing, I don't have the music, I don't have all of the frills that comes with YouTube videos. But you know what? I said I'm just going to put them out because what's more important to me is that I get the information out there. All of the side effects will come with time. And I've come to that realization. So today, we're going to discuss how to create a plan that works for you living with multiple sclerosis. Most people, when they are diagnosed and they hear about it, they're devastated because your mind already automatically moves to fear. You panic, you try to figure out what's going to happen to me. Am I going to end up with a wheelchair? Am I going to, just the worst case scenario comes to mind. That's only natural. 9 times out of 10, that's not the case. So first thing you want to do, release those thoughts from your mind. It does not have to be that way. Your lifestyle choices have a lot to play in how the disease manifests in your body. And when I say manifest, I mean when I eat a certain way, I feel better. When I exercise, I feel better. When I get enough rest, I feel better. When I drink water, I feel better. So those same principles carry on to or apply to living with multiple sclerosis as well. But there are some key components that you're going to have to decide to implement or choose to implement with the disease. First and foremost is going to be diet. You're going to have to find a plan that works best for you and stick to it. You may ask, well, how do I figure out which one works? Trial and error. You get in there, study each of the plans, figure out how you can implement it, because a plan may be wonderful, but if it's really not practical for where you are in your life, it is then going to become a source of stress. I speak from experience with that. And that's the next thing that I want to talk about is stress management, because you're going to have to determine what it is that works for you to just make you feel good. For some people, it may be journaling. For some, meditating. It could be reading. It could be massage, warm baths, whatever works. You have to make sure that you practice it daily. And also, too, you want to make sure that you surround yourself with positive people. When I was first diagnosed, I had everyone that was, not only was I scared, I had everyone around me that was just as scared. So all of that energy was being directed towards me, and it was just compounding. It didn't help me because I felt like I was dealing with trying to figure out what to do, but yet trying to put everyone else at ease around me who was worrying about me. So let all that go. As far as people that want to support you, share with them. The best way to support you is to just not stress and to not worry. Let's work together to devise a plan, but for you to just kind of constantly promote fear or just always be the one bringing all the terrible news about MS that you find, that doesn't help. That doesn't help at all. So if you have those individuals around you, know that they probably don't mean to do it. It's coming from a place of love, but at the same time, it's not helping. The next thing that you need to devise is an exercise plan. You have to move. You have to figure out what's going to be best for you in terms of movement. When I didn't have use of my legs, I knew that there was no way I was going to be able to get out there and run. But what I could do, I could stretch every day. I can get in the water and I could go swimming. There were things that I could do that worked for me at that time. And And so even now, as I'm starting to get stronger, I said, okay, maybe it's time to start trying to condition my body, prepare myself for doing 5Ks again. Am I nervous about it? Yeah, I am, because before, when I used to do 5Ks, and I had the real bad attack, my neuro didn't recommend me running anymore. They thought that it would be too much for me. So, of course, that stays in the back of my mind, and it's like, okay, maybe I shouldn't, because I don't want to have a relapse as a result of just trying to be healthy. So what I do right now, I do yoga. I also stretch. I do step aerobics at home. I have also started to walk on my lunch breaks at work, and just 15 minutes, just at a good pace where I can tell that I'm working up a sweat, not a sweat, but my breathing is a little bit labored, but not to the point where from running and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is too much. Lastly, we're going to talk about toxic exposure. You want to minimize your exposure to a lot of the chemicals that are in, first and foremost, food, which goes back to diet, and then health products. And when I say health products, meaning like beauty products, products that you use to clean your home, personal care, toothpaste, deodorant, soap, mouthwash. All of these things are just loaded with chemicals. A lot of them has been shown that it can cause cancer. You definitely don't want that. So these are the 4 things that we're going to focus on. Our first item will be diet. I'm going to discuss in future videos the different types of diets that I have tried, how the pros and cons of each, what worked for me, what my challenges were. But hey, all I can say is that this journey or this path to developing a plan, it's ongoing. Even for me, you may start off with one thing and you're constantly tweaking it. It's a constant, okay, let me implement this. Oh, this works. I'm going to start doing this now. I'm going to incorporate this. I love it because of the fact that I'm always learning more about myself and my body. And we're constantly evolving. We're constantly growing. We're constantly changing. So, with that being said, you've got to be open to new things. You can't have a closed mind with coming up with this plan. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you did like this video, I do encourage you to like and subscribe. You can also follow me at Holistically Managing MS on Instagram. I have a Facebook page by the same name, Holistically Managing MS as well. Thank you so much for watching, and hope all is well.